it.
Alright, and we're recording, guys.
Welcome to the Naruto recap. Believe it.
I hate all of you.
Come on, Sky. Do it. It's fun.
No. Hey, what's
Believe
going
it.
That was... Go, don't quit your day job. Anyway.
Believe it.
Anyway. Hey, what's going on, guys? Super Sky Shaman here today doing a weird topic with some goons in the Discord. I got True Master of Games, and then I also have some other, one of my IRL fools, Brandon. And like I said, we are going to be talking about
The Naruto rewrite.
how we would rewrite Naruto. It would have been how I rewrite Naruto, but these people, at least one of them anyway, has some pretty good ideas.
Hey, man, you invited me along.
Exactly, because you knew about stuff. Nobody said you had good ideas, though. But that's what it'd be. Alright, so we might as well start at the beginning of the... We might as well start at the beginning of this series.
The Big Bang, and the Big Bang happened, and then...
God damn it.
I hate you.
You said start at the beginning, what?
No, that's not the beginning I'm talking about. What? Gosh, you're trash. Yeah, you know what? No, you're just trash. You're really
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. It's not the Big Bang. First, the goddess Kaguya.
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Landed in an alien spaceship or something.
That's the real. Oh no, this is the real question. How did Kaguya?
Wasn't Kaguya an alien or something?
Yes, Kaguya is an alien. But we are going to be tackling the first. We're going to be tackling the start of Naruto. Granted, this is only with this. Everything that we're saying is only being aided by the benefit of hindsight. We all love Naruto to death. Well, I love Naruto to death. It's my favorite anime of all time. I don't know about Prieto. Prieto hates everything.
It's one of my favorites.
And Naruto is great.
We're going to be talking about this with the glorious advantage that is hindsight, and we're going to be acting with pretty much an infinite budget. Everything is going to be going
Remember,
right.
hindsight's 2020.
Right.
We have like knowledge of how everything turned out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We know what worked and what didn't. So this is not like us bashing on Kishimoto's writing.
With that said, please support their official release, obviously, and let us begin. So the story would start off with the village hidden in the leaves. A special baby was born, but nobody liked this baby. And that baby was Naruto, the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed fox.
That's a hell way to put it.
Yes.
Boy, nobody liked this baby. Sky, master of summaries.
So, the first thing we're going to change is the whole underdog motif. Naruto...
Okay, yeah. So we talked about this, and the whole underdog motif of Naruto doesn't really work with later information that we get.
So what we went with is that instead of making Naruto an underdog, he is just going to be an outsider. Nobody wants to deal with this kid except for like a choice few people that knew his parents.
Because he literally has like a walking nuke walking inside of him.
He literally is a walking nuke. Nuclear defense.
Power.
So
and you gotta remember, like, what, a lot of people died when the Nine Tails attacked.
A lot of people.
So resentment would exist.
Yeah.
And so that's why we went with the whole outsider motif. The only people that would even want to deal with him would be the people that would be the choice two people at the top that knew his parents and the legitimacies of his birth, and the only person that would know that would be the third Hokage.
Jiraiya, and maybe Kakashi.
And those you had to, like Iruka.
So, with that said, the second thing that I would change is that his caretaker would be the third Hokage.
Yeah.
Well, because it makes more sense than in canon. Who raised Naruto?
Nobody.
Who taught him how to write and read?
Write. So it's still going to be for the most part that he lives alone, but every now and again, actually, quite often, actually, the the third Hokage would visit him and would spend time with him and then teach him all of these things. So by the day, he would be doing his.
If I may,
Whenever he had free time, he would.
For Jiraiya to have come in earlier to actually be the one to look after Naruto, whether in secret or not, because of the fact that Minato was one of Jiraiya's prior students, yes? So
That was actually my idea. I had the idea of instead of the third doing it, the third could also like drop in every now and then, but Jiraiya would also be like kind of a father figure. Yeah, he wouldn't be like his like father. He would just, because Jiraiya's almost never in the village, so whenever he would stop by, they know each other. But it's like that uncle that you know who stops by every now and then.
Yeah.
That would make more sense. And it makes sense for Jiraiya to come in earlier, whether it's in secrecy from Naruto or Naruto knows him outright. It would make sense for Jiraiya to have a hand in it.
So, to salvage a little bit of the story, so we don't completely change everything. I would say that Jiraiya would be known, but like Brandon said, it would basically be it'd be that family member that you've seen before, but so few times that you barely even know.
He's basically to Naruto gonna be the traveling father trope
because he's not in the village, and the fact that I would say, Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, third Hokage,
yeah.
The person who trained Jiraiya would know personally. Yeah, I wouldn't want my kid hanging around with him.
Jiraiya's the godfather, but he would mess this kid up if he raced him.
Exactly.
I just imagine like the third Hokage going, wait, he's the one in his character. No.
So,
And
the third
I think in canon, the reason Jiraiya never bothered to look after him was because he has that spy agency.
Exactly.
That he has to watch out over.
Quote unquote
Yeah.
So basically, Jiraiya is a Sanin, a Jonin Anbu. He was an Anbu. He was an Anbu. So technically, he was doing Anbu level things. So
just doesn't have time to spend sitting down raising a kid.
And with all of that said, Hiruzen by like night would visit Naruto, because I mean, and it's also plausible because the man's got shadow clones. The man's mastered every like jutsu in the village.
Yep.
So every now and again, he could take a cheat day and then pop a shadow clone to either go see Naruto or have the shadow clone do his work while he personally tends to Naruto's growth.
Here's the question though. We have to look at something real quick. The psychology of Naruto. If we assume that he had this support, would he still be as much of a troublemaker?
Yes.
The version I went with would be like, Jiraiya and the third Hokage would drop in whenever they could, but again, they're busy people, so it would be like a once a month kind of thing, not a daily thing.
Maybe like a once every 2 weeks, or something like that. And to whenever he gets in trouble, be brought to the third Hokage and be like, "Come on, man, again?" Full said, "Yeah."
Slap on the wrist kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's where Iruka still comes in as the big brother figure.
When he eventually is admitted into the academy. So instead of saying that he was held back 3 times, let's just say that his enrollment into that was into the Ninja Academy was special. So he was able to get in just like everybody else, but he was only able to either delayed or was only able to slide by. Let's say that he had terrible grades. He didn't fail too hard to where he would get held back, but so instead of saying he failed his final exam multiple times and got held back, let's just say that he failed multiple exams. And
if I may bring up something from later to support some of this, we learn later on that one of Naruto's biggest problems, we learned from Sakura's explanations of chakra, that Naruto's biggest problem is that while he has a lot of chakra, he puts way too much power in his moves.
It's what did who taught Konohamaru, that Ebisu guy?
Yeah.
I think in the dub, he explained it as like trying to put like drops of water through a faucet where it's just too much is coming out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have any control over it.
Because
he just yeah, he's using way too much chakra for basic stuff that he shouldn't.
Exactly, because he doesn't know how to control it. He has way too much power, technically speaking.
Exactly.
Can't hold back. It's like 100 or nothing kind of thing.
Exactly. So he's basically like Deku with All for One when he first got it.
Yeah. Hence why we need the training, which we'll touch on later on.
So once he does get into the academy, he is put under the tutelage of Iruka. But because Iruka's parents also died in the attack, he doesn't like Naruto much either. So he's ridiculously hard on him. It is only in the short amount of time that in between him being a student and also him getting his shinobi thing is when he starts to appreciate Naruto, because he says Naruto has some says some stuff or does some things that resonates with Iruka in his soul.
Yeah, because it's actually heavily implied that the respect that Iruka's had throughout the first episode was gained through time, not instant.
Exactly. So,
because Naruto was alone just like he was, so he had empathy.
And eventually that overshot the whole, you are the thing that destroyed them thing, because he eventually grew sight of, oh, you might possess it, but you are not it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like me.
The whole thing of him stealing the scroll and getting the Shadow Clone Jutsu is going to be unchanged, because honestly, it makes sense. Nobody would have expected this kid to get that scroll.
The only thing I would change about that would be changing what the whole cloning thing does. So like normal cloning stuff, they like poof away from touching stuff, but shadow clones are like actual clones. Like they can pick stuff up and do things with.
That's be reversed.
Okay, so
another thing.
But it's kind of like normal clones are like illusions, while shadow clones are like actual, like physically there. They can like attack and pick up stuff.
Yeah, but we also must explain something else. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the reason for that is because why wouldn't every person try to learn this technique if it was that useful?
Exactly. And yet it was in the scroll forbidden.
Especially later on when you discover the secret of the Shadow Clone Jutsu and like why it's one of the most broken things in the series.
But yeah, also.
Okay, wait. One more thing that I was going to touch on, True Master, and that would be, it wasn't the Shadow Clone Jutsu that was in the Forbidden Scroll. It was the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu that was in that scroll.
Right.
But there is a question though. The multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto is able to pull off that monstrous amount his first time using it.
Not the first time. He spent that entire night. Actually,
he spent the entire night trying to do it. They found him like hours later.
We
find later he has trouble conjuring even less than that.
Exactly. So the thing is, it was either that night that they found out the scroll was taken, or early that, or
earlier.
Actually no, because I remember the night before, Mitsuki came in and was like, "Hey, you want to do this thing?" And I said, "Oh, okay."
Oh, yeah.
And then, so you fast forward a day. They fast forward a day. They find out, oh, the thing has been stolen that like the night after, and then they spent hours trying to find him.
Yeah.
So he had an entire day and night to train that.
That still begs the question though of how it is that at subsequent uses he was not able to get that high of amount as easily. He struggled getting even a lower amount.
I always assumed that the reason is because he was in a really angry state because Iruka was like about to die, and so he called upon the QB chakra subconsciously. But that's how I reasoned it.
The problem with that, though, is the fact that it's implied that until the Land of Waves mission, he had no access to chakra, and it was a full set seal. It didn't crack until that mission.
Alright, so this is what I'm going to say. Remember about how he didn't know how to control the Shadow Clone Jutsu, the regular Shadow Clone Jutsu, right? He was putting in too much energy and getting not enough out, right?
Yeah.
Remember what the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu does?
Oh.
Yeah, it makes like hundreds of...
It can make hundreds. He made about 50 clones when he beat Mitsuki. And he spent all day. You could say this was the first jutsu that he ever put actual effort into doing. And all of those clones gave him an outlet for all of that chakra. So instead of forcing all of that power into a pipe, you just get a bigger pipe and pour all that power, and then mastering the multi shadow clone jutsu gave him perspective. That was like, oh, that's how much chakra that takes to make a regular shadow clone. So since he mastered something harder, he could now go back and reverse engineer the
other one,
the normal shadow clone jutsu, and that's how you could say that he mastered. Yes, and that's only because he had stupid amounts of chakra at that point in time because he was Uzumaki.
Now, I would also have it where he's pretty much the only one who can make like physical, or one of the only people who can make physical clones because of the amount he has.
Unlike Kakashi,
so
we see later with Kakashi.
Later on, we see like almost every other high-level ninja use that jutsu, which is supposed to be forbidden.
Well, I'm gonna like take what you did and then reconstruct it, because like I said, the Shadow Clone Jutsu and the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu are two different jutsu.
Yeah.
So you can make it to where as Naruto is the only genin from what we've seen to know the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu.
That's what I meant like genin. I meant genin, not like every.
They can do the Shadow Clone Jutsu. So meaning that they can at max create 5 to 10 clones. 10 being the maximum. You can create 10 other clones, and the Multi-Shadow Clone is 10 plus.
Yeah. So in other words, as long as you have the chakra, you can make whatever
you want. So everybody can use the Shadow Clone Jutsu, but only Naruto and a few others, people that have that chakra amount. That's the reason. That's the reason the Shadow Clone,
like Kisame and people like those. That's
the reason the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu is forbidden, is because it takes so much chakra that you could literally kill yourself doing it.
Would Kakashi still be able to use it though?
There was some throwaway line in the early episodes saying like Naruto had like 4 times the amount of chakra Kakashi had, even without using the Nine Tails.
Yeah, exactly. So Kakashi in the Land of Waves would be able to create a maximum of 10 clones, which would still be enough to threaten all of those goons.
Because that's the thing about, like, Kakashi says that he was able to make a lot of clones with the last strands of chakra, but he could not have them do anything. Which would imply that movement as well takes up the clone's chakra. So
that's why I changed it, so you can make like clones, but they're intangible. Like the moment you touch them, they're illusions, basically, like mirages.
Yeah, so he could be.
They're not genjutsu. They're like
illusions. They're hollow clones. They're hollow.
They can't do anything. But like the shadow clone jutsu in my version would be like they are actual clones. They can like learn stuff, pick things up, and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So you could have Kakashi in Land of Waves perform the clone jutsu, not the shadow clone jutsu, the clone jutsu,
because he doesn't have the chakra to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like say the shadow clone requires like 10 times the chakra of a normal cloning jutsu.
Exactly.
Or like 20 times or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like only people with like that much chakra would ever be able to even potentially use it.
Going onward to the academy, like I said, he's going to his is going to be delayed. He's still going to meet up with Kakashi and still have Sasuke and all that other foolishness.
The bell test.
Bell test is still going to happen. The Land of Waves is still going to happen.
What about Konohamaru's thing?
Oh, Konohamaru is going to be introduced. Isn't he? He's introduced. I think
he's introduced right after Mitsuki.
Okay.
I think it's the second episode that he's introduced in.
Yeah. And so
I'm looking at the arc list right now. Konohamaru comes to the fore. The formation of Team 7.
Okay, and so you could basically have him have a little rivalry because you could have him. You could see that he was
Because
getting
the third was so worried about Naruto growing up that he didn't really give that much attention to him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that would make it. Oh, that would change the dynamic entirely of everything Konohamaru does.
Exactly.
Because-
Moving on.
Would you have it where they know each other already, so like they already have this pre-established
Yep.
relationship going
Yep.
on?
I mean, why wouldn't he?
That would,
Or at least for the-
like an annoying little brother and another annoying little brother.
And then that's what their relationship could start off being. Moving on, yeah, we still have the belt test. Going on to Land of Waves arc. You can still have, because honestly, that arc was ridiculous.
It's still weird.
By the way, Sky, do you want to tell them about that idea we came up with about the jutsus
What jutsu?
and how we would explain?
Yes. Talk to him.
Sky.
Talk to him. B. Talk to him.
Okay, so have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Who hasn't?
Right. So you know those the midway slides where we go Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Maybe like in the show during those parts you put like the jutsu that they're using. So you put like when Sasuke uses the fireball jutsu, you get like the halfway point. You put Naruto, and then you have like the fireball jutsu, B rank fire jutsu or something.
Right, yes.
Like what they do in My Hero Academia with explaining the quirks. Yeah.
Right, yeah,
So
like that.
You could do that for both jutsu. You could do that for other concepts such as for village information. You can give out You can give out ninja stats for characters.
So like with those little like slides, if it's a manga version, you could have it like, oh, the first page of the manga is explaining a jutsu that happened last time.
Yeah.
Or in the anime, you can have it where, oh, the midway thing is the explanation. That way you don't have to be like every single time, oh, this jutsu is really powerful. Just trust us on that.
You mean like what they did in Death Note with the rules of the Death Note at every
Yeah, kind of like that. Or have you ever watched JoJo?
Attack on Titan. They did that mess
Attack
a
on
lot.
Titan.
Yeah, like that.
They even have an in-universe method they could use for the title cards. If you remember during tuning exams, ninja info cards.
Exactly. So the ninja
that's perfect.
The ninja info cards or the Ninja Academy or the Ninja Academy board or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, those are perfect for that.
Exactly.
That way you don't have to like stop what's happening to explain, oh, the fireball jutsu is a really strong B rank fire jutsu.
Another thing that I would like to bring up is the chakra natures. We would bring up the chakra natures relatively early. And well, at least to the audience. Like the first time Sasuke uses the fireball technique, you would have Kakashi have a little one-off line. What? A Genin being able to use fire style? One of the five chakra natures? So
it's actually really weird how late into the series we're introduced to that stuff or explain that stuff. Like, oh, there are five nature transformations. This is how you make combinations. This is how.
Yeah, I don't think they ever.
You find out
why Kakashi said that apparently a Genin should not be able to use fire style.
Because they're not supposed to know about chakra natures. They're not supposed to know about chakra natures until tuning rank.
Right.
Especially a Genin that's fresh out of the academy. So, with all of that, having these little one-shot, one-off comments of, oh, one of the five chakra natures, when you see fire, in the Land of Waves you see water. Oh, what? That's water style, one of the five chakra natures and foolishness like that. Yes, so you could either have Kakashi or Sakura saying, oh, that's one of the chakra natures, watch out, and stuff like that.
Finally, Land of Waves.
Yes, finally, Land of Waves. At this point, Naruto and Sasuke is again rival as a fever pitch, just like in canon. Yeah, they meet the bridge builder.
Yeah.
They get gooned up by the chunin.
What are they called? The Demon Brothers.
Yep.
The Demon Brothers, I think that's what they're called.
Yeah, from the mist.
I'm still bugged by the fact that neither Sasuke nor Sakura made any sort of movement about that.
Oh yes, that's another thing.
That bugs me.
Sakura is going to actively throughout the Land of Waves. She's going to actively try, and actually no, not you know what? Okay, maybe not. I would say she would kind of try to make moves, but would be too scared to do stuff, just like Naruto. So we can have her develop in. You could
at least have her make like a beginning to make a comment about the water and stuff like that Kakashi knows, because like there is no way someone as observant as either Sakura or Sasuke would see that and either not say anything or not do anything. I'd say that Sasuke sort of like had his hand ready to draw one of the shuriken, and Sakura sort of started to say something, but then just shut up, given her nature.
So the goons came in, and they took out Kakashi, so to speak, but it was a substitution, and then you could have the goons starting to act. Naruto froze up, would have froze up right then and there. Sakura would have been extremely scared, would have ran to protect the bridge builder, and then would have just froze. Sasuke would have been the only person at that point in time that would have been active.
Yeah,
he would have did the thing. He would have embodied them, and then they would have came out. At that point, Sasuke would have also tried to come in and fight, but he would have went for the bridge builder. So Sakura would have been absolutely petrified. Naruto would have also been petrified, and that's when Kakashi. So basically, it's the same way it plays out, but more emphasis on Naruto and Sakura's petrification.
Yeah.
So.
And Sasuke actually.
Yeah, because it's one thing to to talk a big game, and then another thing to actually put your life in risk.
Yeah. Like I said, there is no way that with how observant those two are, neither of them would have noticed what Kakashi did there.
Well, actually, Sasuke could have figured it out, but Sakura would have flown over Sakura's head because she would have been scared.
True.
So,
because he was on edge the entire walk.
You still have the vow of pain that Naruto does. Yeah.
Which makes sense.
That's when he makes his what's it called, a ninpo, his ninja way.
Not his. He doesn't make. He's on the way of finding. He's on the way of finding his ninja way.
We're talking about the blood vow, where he literally cuts open to remove the poison.
Is that not where he made his ninja way?
No.
Like, I'll never give up, no matter how.
That's later. That's I think it's during the. I think it's either during or after. No, it's when he's fighting Neji.
Nope. It's during. It is. Actually, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Just know that it's not here. You have the same thing that happened with the bridge. Actually, you have the Zabuza fight. That goes on. Zabuza shows water for the first time, and then you would honestly have Kakashi be like, "Oh snap, water style! I better watch out. One of the 5 chakra natures," and then foolishness like that. So that it's said in canon. You still have that fight go on because that fight was ridiculous. That fight was so.
Of course, because of Kakashi more natural. Like, so you use the water chakra nature,
and then have the chakra control training.
Yeah.
And
chakra control training and
what about Haku?
All that.
Don't you think Kakashi should be a little bit more wary about Haku since he knows what Anbu are and was one himself?
You could have him incredibly tense to be like, "Oh snap, Anbu."
Because he knows that Anbu's still working the squad normally, at least 2 from his training, and his whole work is Anbu. So you think he would see he at first be tense and go, "Wait a minute, there's only one of you here. Where is?"
So what I would do is when Haku appears, Kakashi is not going to be chill like he was in the show. He is still going to be on edge because that's literally a missed Anbu.
And he knows what Anbu is because he was one.
So of course he'd get the blade ready. And he'd be ready to scrap again, even though he technically bluffed.
You also got to remember at that point he used the Sharingan multiple times, so he was already tired.
He was already tired, but he would have been like,
maybe he was, but he just didn't want to put up another fight that he probably could not have held out for.
Even still,
he has composed because he knows when Anbu is because he was one.
Even still, we could basically have
that's how the Leaf Anbu are, but that's not how that. May not be how every village is.
Correct in a way.
It doesn't matter because that's a ninja of an enemy village, and the ninja of that enemy village is the ninja that he just defeated and the Anbu that just ran up are from the same village. So either way, at that point you are in unknown enemy territory. Another ninja runs up from the same village, you better be ready to scrap. Yes, Kakashi was tired, but Kakashi's
Yeah.
known to bluff things, so he could be. So even though he's tired, he's like, even though I'm tired, I still have a job to do. So he'll try and how do I say this? Hide his
that he's still ready to fight full on.
So you could have him in the stance. Naruto could be like, hey, what the heck are you? And then have Kakashi just be like, no time. Because Naruto really was just yapping at this Anbu. And I'm like, no, bro, you have to shut him up. So Naruto could, be like, hey, who are you? And then run towards him. You could have Kakashi, like, try to do the ninja dash with the blades out, and then, like, and come between him and Naruto and be like, yo, shut up. We're still in a fight. That man could motion Sasuke ready with the blade, ready to fight, and then Sasuke like, yo, Sasuke, it's time to run up on this man. And that fool said, "I'd be," because it's fight or flight. They're still in a dangerous situation. Naruto misread the situation, and
wasn't
then
Haku disguised as a
missed Anbu?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's our point. That's our entire point.
No, wasn't he disguised as they had a name for them. I don't think it was Anbu. I think it was some special unit to make sure the secrets
The
don't get out.
tracking unit. That's still Anbu.
Tracking.
Yes, and
that
in
is
general.
Anbu. Anbu also track Rogue Ninja. Yeah, they send Anbu after that foolishness.
Right. So like, I get why Haku wasn't there to fight, or allegedly Haku wasn't there to fight. He was there to make sure that no secrets got out and then leave.
Yeah, finish that is Anbu. That Anbu was sent to get the body under any means necessary.
Yeah,
so,
which means that it would be, it's because their post-track secrets are gone. You could have already seen something. Time to die.
So that was still a batter orientated thing. So you could, like I said, shut Naruto up, be ready to fight, have Haku take the body, leave. He would have been suspicious if he didn't collapse, because that man collapsed that area. And then when he woke up, he was like, I missed something. And then he found out, oh yeah, I did. So honestly, we could have that keep going. The training would be tweaked a little bit, as in it's chakra training, not, hey, learn how to climb up this tree. So it's, okay, you guys are learning chakra control. Climbing up the tree is the major thing, but you're also going to be talking to each other. First thing, because as you saw, it was mainly just Naruto and Sasuke going head to head, because Sakura already finished.
Sakura was like, yeah, I already learned this stuff.
So basically, what I would the next thing I would change. Yeah.
Don't forget, there was that one line Kakashi says that doesn't make any sense with hindsight. Sakura would potentially be really good at using Genjutsu.
Because she's good at chakra control.
Yeah.
Genjutsu is all about.
Why say that if it's never gonna come up again?
Which is why we're going to. Which is one of the things that we're going to change majorly going into the future. So, like I said, it's going to, because Kakashi cannot teach them because he's hospitalized. So Sakura, this would be great for team building. Sakura, instead of just doing nothing all day, she could be overseeing them and giving them tips, which honestly does better for. Yeah. Like you could still have Sakura, you can still have Sasuke and Naruto still do their thing on their own, but you have to have Sakura still there, kind of like watching them.
And which is, you guys don't remember what happened in regular form was that the only reason we know about it is because Sakura told Naruto privately, because Naruto came up to her and asked.
Exactly.
And then Sasuke had to find out from Naruto, swallowing his pride, and it was like, okay, but that shouldn't make sense. They're working as a team, then Sakura should be like, okay, both of you listen up.
Actually, you could still keep that.
Advice.
Yeah, you could still have it happen like that, and then have her again still watching her, and then maybe like the next day come in, hey, how did you do that? And then Sakura would be like, oh, okay, I'll tell you, and have just a bunch of interaction when it comes to their team.
Exactly.
Sakura was nowhere to be found. She was too busy playing with the bridge builder. Like, no.
Yeah, she was too busy playing house.
Playing house with the bridge builder, exactly. And then finally going into the land of waves. We still have everything, I guess, play up to that. The whole thing with Inari being like the little kid having his bridge builder dad and all that other foolishness.
Yeah, that whole
keep that the same. Definitely have the fight between Squad 7 and Zabuza and Haku happen. The only difference that I would make is
would Sakura still be an outlier?
Sakura would try to fight.
She was guarding the bridge builder, so only in that situation does it make sense she didn't interfere.
Exactly.
But there's one.
Only that one. That's the only time I give her a pass.
Except for there's one problem with that. When the attack comes towards the bridge builder, she still just stands there, and Kakashi has to rush forward.
Okay, so there you go. That could be your change.
So you're never going to be able to. She would never be able to touch, even like lay a hand.
Unless that fool like body flickered. Unless he body flickered into her protective parameter, she couldn't do anything about that. But if she was running up, yes. So she would. So basically, what she would change is that he would have a more active role in protecting the bridge builder and actually do that somewhat well.
Yeah. I think that because it doesn't make sense for her just to be staying there, especially when Zabuza goes at a bridge door. She should, even if she can't mess her up, she should at least be trying to do something.
We still get the whole conversation of bringing up the chakra natures. You see that it's ice style, and then when it's finally found out that it is ice style, you get the whole you get the whole explanation on ice style and ice style jutsu. And then
like Keke Genkai and all that.
And then after that you get lightning style, because that man pulled out Raikiri. And then we get the whole mention of ice style either right before his backstory or during his backstory.
Yeah, I remember correctly, Haku talks about that he has ice style when he sees Sasuke's eyes, like, so you too possess a Keki Genkai.
Even still, we get the elaboration on ice style being a combination of wind and water, which exactly,
which is not explained.
And then we get the whole 5 chakra natures thing. We now know wind and water. We know fire, wind. We know fire, water, and now wind, and we know the combination.
Fire,
we have been shown fire, water, and wind.
We also know earth. We also know Earth because during the Zabuza fight, Earth style, thing for jutsu.
Okay, so we also get.
At this point, we know all 5.
We get Earth style in. We get Earth style during the bell training, and the fool said, "Oh snap, Earth style? What is this?" Because that fool uses Headhunter.
Yeah.
Headhunter. At this point we know at 5 because the ice would introduce the wind style and
introduce the wind style, and then Kakashi pops Raikiri. And that's when we get lightning style. At that point, we've either seen or heard of all 5 chakra natures, and then you keep bringing it up when we see a chakra nature for the first time.
Yeah.
So, at that point, Naruto finds out, or is starting to think up at the end of Land of Waves. He's starting to think up his ninja way. That's what he's starting to think up. And then going on.
So you still have the same outcome with Haku dying and Zabuza and all that.
Yes. Except for one more thing that I would note is we actually get an actual backstory on the 7 Ninja Swordsman of the Mist, because he has the execution blade.
Yeah. They don't. Right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but throughout the series, whenever that's brought up, they kind of just skim over it. They don't really talk that much on it.
And so
the 7 Ninja of the 7 Ninja of the Mist. They are. They must have been set up for later arcs that Kishimoto just like changed his mind on.
So
because you don't introduce a group like that and never touch on them.
So in hindsight,
who are the ones we get? We get Kisame, we get Zabuza. I don't think we get any others, do we?
All right.
You get that one guy from the Land of Waves, but that's way later.
Listen up. So we would determine. We would learn from the bridge builder. Yeah, actually, that man was a part of this elite group, and. That sword is actually ridiculous. So and we get that when we're either leaving the Land of Waves, but only Kakashi. The bridge builder tells us to Kakashi and nobody else, because none of those kids need to know about that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, don't forget that one line Zabuza says where it's like Haku's even stronger than I am, and then Naruto one-shots him.
That man had 9 tails chakra. I think that's literally it. I think when he meant by he's stronger than me, technically that means that Haku has, in my headcanon, Haku has more chakra at his disposal and has a Kekkei.
Yeah.
Okay.
But in terms of
yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of roster,
I mean, did you not see the Executioner's Blade? You think Haku's picking that up?
No.
Moving on to the chunin exams. That same thing happens with this is the chunin exams is happening early, and we're letting all 5 of the rookies go in. This is the first time that's happened in 5 years in Full Just like that.
9 rookies.
And then we have that entire thing happen. We get the same thing with.
So here's the question: how the actual heck did no one in Team 7 know about the tuning exams?
Because their superiors didn't tell them. None of these genin. They know of the tuning exams, but they didn't know what it actually looked like, because none of their fools told them. They only told them after the Sand Shinobi showed up.
Yeah.
The tuning, and then speaking of which, you can have the whole dynamic between Naruto and the little one Konohamaru, with the whole I don't like you and just like that. You can have that as a little bit of a comedic effect.
Yeah, which they certainly are. The Konohamaru squad is just comedy. Let's face it.
And then moving onward, you have the I'm giving you the ways to tune in exams. And then honestly, I don't think I have to change anything about that arc until we get to the survival exams, because that arc was straight fire.
Well,
maybe it's pretty much all great up to. Yeah, it's pretty much all great up until like the tournament arc.
That mess was fire. Yes.
Let me take a look back.
You have Team 7 acting like a big shot and then getting gooned up by Lee.
Oh my god, that was so awesome. Rock Lee just like
Lee's just like and then Lee gets freaking stopped by a turtle. That guy's Lee no diffs Naruto and Lee no diffs Naruto and then low diffs Sasuke with the Sharingan active. That mess was nuts. Moving on, the written exams is good. The part before the written exams is really good. I feel like the written exams paced a bit slow though. It should not have been as slow as it did.
That mess was not slow. That mess was not slow at all. That mess was not slow.
I loved it because I love creative uses of powers like that. Like,
I love the psychological warfare that was going on.
What I mean is by like how long it took for anyone to figure out what they were supposed to do.
They were given no directions. And that mess took an hour. Don't foolish found that mess out in 20 minutes, dog.
One of the funniest parts in that is when Sakura is like doing the test. She's like, "Oh, I know this, but Naruto doesn't." And she's like praising Sasuke. And she's like, "Oh, and Sasuke probably can do this." And you cut to Sasuke, and he's like, "I don't know what I'm doing."
And then she finds out like, "Oh no, if one of you guys fail, all you guys fail." So she's like, "We're screwed." I was like,
I love that. Also, Naruto, like, for refusing to cheat, I'm just like...
He was going to cheat? Like, I think this is the thing you forgot about because you never watched Kai, and he was going to cheat. Right as he was going to cheat, Sakura was like, "Oh, he's finally getting it," and he not to get that fool the blade. That fool said, "Don't worry, I got you."
And then he is like, "No,
watch this." As soon as he's about to cheat, somebody like right beside him gets called out for cheating.
I forgot about that.
And that scared the crap out of him.
But still, it's like I can't remember how they got through
All right,
that. Like,
so moving on. The way spoiler alert, the way they get through it is that Naruto is able to answer the final question, and the final question was do you stay or do you
want to do you want to be a chunin or something?
Exactly. It's like the final question was if you decide. No, there was no final question. The final question it was the thing that led up to it. It was like, okay, are you going to choose to take the final question? If you take the final question and you fail, you will never take the chunin exams again. If you bow out now, you'll be able to
stuck as a genin.
And do you choose to proceed? and the fools that chose to proceed were like, all right, you guys did it. You guys are technically, you guys can count as chunin on a written level.
Technicality.
Yeah, because Naruto never answered a single question.
Never answered a quick. That mess was amazing. That mess was amazing in my opinion.
King of failing upward.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch, like, bro, in Naruto Kai, that entire chunin exams was set up so well with no interruptions.
So
you could feel the tension.
Kai,
actually, we're gonna get into the Forest of Death right now. I think we need to talk about the
Forest of Death.
So the Forest of Death was honestly amazing. This was their first,
yes.
like, their first way in, like, literally, the Forest of Death was the third grade ninja war. That was their first.
Yeah.
That was their first
look into it.
Their first steps into shinobi warfare.
And that was amazing.
And when Orochimaru shows up and like Sasuke and Sakura just shit themselves and like at the killing intent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then at that point you can again keep Naruto. At this point Naruto and Sasuke are kind of like rivals, almost brothers in a case. Well, almost. To where Naruto is getting better by looking at Sasuke. He's looking at all the foolishness that Sasuke is doing.
My one question about it is though, Orochimaru knows about the Jinchuriki, yes?
Yes.
But he doesn't care about the tail beast and all that.
Because he can't control the tail beast if he takes the body.
Right.
And it's known. I saw this recently. When Naruto pops in with the eyes, and that fool said, "Oh, that's the chakra." Because Naruto was trying to run up on Adam on Orochimaru. And that fool said, "Yeah, no, you gotta go." And that fool pulls the 5 seals and then re-seals the 9 tails, knocking him out the fight.
Yeah, but you'd think that he would have seen Naruto as a potential threat earlier, like.
No, because he didn't know that he can't sense chakra to that extent.
But he does know the stories. And when he know...
Oh, the story was...
Because his goal isn't to get the tail beast. His goal is to master all jutsu.
Exactly. He's not a
god. The tail beast won't really help with that.
Exactly, because the tail beasts have minds of their own.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when he see Naruto still a threat, though.
He didn't know who Naruto was at the time. It wasn't until he popped. I
think he's meaning like afterwards. Why didn't he give him that little mark that Sasuke
little mark?
Yeah, to try and like. Oh,
I think that's what he means.
Like what? Why didn't he go? Okay, I need to neutralize this threat because before it's a threat.
Well, he did neutralize the threat. He sealed the 9 tails. Not only that, but do you really think that the 9 tails, let alone its seal, would work well with the curse mark?
I always assumed that it would be like, oh, you try to give him that mark and the 9 tails chop would burn it away. Like it would just overpower it.
Well, not necessarily. If you look at
so like it would be like it would be just a waste of effort.
You know that the curse mark is literally just bootleg Sage mode, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's not what the Sage mode does. That's
poor man's Sage mode.
Bootleg Sage mode.
It's like Kirkland brand Sage mode.
Exactly. Like, no, that would not work. Either A, the 9 tails would burn it off, or B, you would just set up the 9 tails in the Forest of Death right then and there.
Yeah.
And there's nobody in that general area that would have been able to deal with the 9 tails.
Maybe if... No, you're right. Nobody would be able to.
Like, the third Hokage is old.
I was thinking like if Orochimaru and the third and Jiraiya were all there, maybe they could do something. It's like,
yeah.
But Jiraiya was there at the time. He just wasn't there for Orochimaru to be there.
Yeah, he was just there to do research, quote unquote.
Actually, no. He got to the village after the preliminary, so he wasn't there during the Forest of Death. So he got there in between. He got there in between the month. Where was he?
Pretty sure he was there because he was there for a while doing research.
It was
because Ebisu, people were complaining that there was a pervert or someone running around for a couple days, and then Ebisu was like, "Oh, Master Jiraiya, why didn't you tell anybody you were back?"
Yeah. You know, they've probably been there for quite some time.
Okay, but you have to remember that there was 2 weeks of Naruto not being able to do anything before he found Ebisu, and then before he found Jiraiya. So if you're saying that he was there for a couple of days...
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Because
besides
the entire
point, so besides the point, so
they don't
I
want
don't
to
think the Force of Death needs that much changing.
Yeah, there's
Facts.
not really.
The only thing that I really would change would be that's when Sakura is like, okay, I'm gonna stop being useless, and actually also then kind of she starts looking at Sasuke for taijutsu and advice and actually take that in along with Naruto.
Yeah, because like that should have been the big oh crap moment.
Because when she was getting gooned up by the Sound Squad,
She was literally helpless. She could not do a thing to
couldn't
help.
do anything. And then Lee got bodied by them, and I full said. So after that situation, you'd be like, you know what? I'm really trash, so I gotta step it up. And so that's when she can start trying to, I guess, mess with the chakra control and use what Kakashi told her to try and reverse engineer Genjutsu.
Yeah.
Body.
Oh, by the way, so now that Naruto is like has like a father figure from the third, wouldn't he have heard of Orochimaru from just like osmosis?
Yes.
You think? Yeah, because he would have heard him talk.
But it would have been a far off dream, just like him not remembering Jiraiya. I thought said, "Oh, Orochimaru, huh? That sounds familiar, but I can't put my finger on it."
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be until I
like
possibly the chunin exams finals, if not the Finding Tsunade arc where he finally puts it together.
Oh yeah, because Orochimaru show up in the Tsunade arc, doesn't he?
Moving backwards, the Sound Goons goon up Sakura. The rest of the rookies kind of get together, and then commute, and then they go away. They go into the preliminaries. The preliminaries are fine. You don't really have to change anything. Wait. The one thing I would change about the preliminaries is Kakashi and Sasuke's curse mark event.
Yeah.
First thing I'm changing. Anko supervising that. So Anko supervised when Kakashi pulls Sasuke to the side. Yo, we're gonna seal up that thing. Anko's gonna be like, I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
By the way, do we ever see Anko's curse mark activate?
No.
She holds it back.
Because we know she has one, but we don't ever see it, do we?
She never activates it.
So, with that, Anko and Kakashi is seeing the seal, and that fool said, "Oh, that seal is different. I've never had that seal before." Because Anko's, if you look at it, Anko's is not sealed. Anko's is not sealed. She's literally just been keeping that back by her willpower alone.
Yeah.
So
Anko had
yeah.
Also, didn't Anko have the exact same mark, the heaven mark?
Yeah, she had the heaven mark for hers. She had the heaven seal. So what I would change is, Kakashi and Anko are supervising that. They seal Sasuke's up, and then Anko's like, "Ooh, that's really cool. That's a cool seal." And then Kakashi's like, "Yeah, I won that seal from my master," and which could hint at Minato. And then
foreshadowing.
And then Orochimaru runs up, right? And then because Orochimaru is that dude, Anko and Kakashi are gonna try and bluff fighting them, but Anko is because
What did you think of my suggestion about the?
Yes, I'm about to bring that in. Yes, I'm bringing that in.
Good.
So
I'm glad you liked it.
And so Anko is still kind of tired and hurt because she just got done fighting Orochimaru and the Horror to death. But she's gonna bluff because she needs to. That's her job.
Right.
Kakashi is going to, Kakashi who is fresh, knows he's not ready, but has something up his sleeve.
He's like Kakashi's not Sani level at that point.
Exactly. So Kakashi's gonna pop Raikiri.
No, if it comes to a fight right now, I will lose.
Kakashi's going to pop Raikiri to be like, "Hey, get off me." And then Orochimaru is gonna be like, "You really think you're gonna be able to take me out with a Raikiri?" And then Kakashi's gonna be like, "Alright, that's not enough." So then he pops Mangekyo Sharingan. He pops it. Yeah, it turns into combo. We have full set Mangekyo Sharingan. And then that's what keeps Orochimaru level. Oh, snap, the Mangekyo. Okay, alright. That's what gets Orochimaru to back off because he knows what that does.
He's seen Itachi have it,
He's
so
seen
he knows.
Itachi
Like,
have it. That fool knows.
like, I could probably take you on, but it's not worth.
Not worth it.
More people would show up. I'm not in a great position to do this.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
manga.
Because like I'm in the middle of the tuning exams. If we fought right now, more people would come. I can't take on everybody plus a Mangekyo. Let's retreat for now.
So
Right.
after he pops it, Orochimaru leaves, and then as soon as Orochimaru leaves, his Mangekyo turns back into regular Sharingan, and then just like it unpops, it unhinges,
It bodies.
it bodies him. So he's like, freak. I didn't think I
Like
could do that.
just active at that point. Just activating it would like pretty much knock you out.
Knock him out, almost knock him out. And then at that point, Anko is like there to help him, be like, hey, you alright? And that fool said, listen,
Yeah.
Mangekyo, it takes a lot out of me. I can't do that stuff now.
Oh yeah, because wasn't he bedridden?
That's the point. You haven't be like, oh, I'm not a natural Uchi. I'm not a natural user of the Sharingan, so
Exactly.
using it takes more out of me than it would someone like
Normal
Sasuke.
person, exactly.
And that explains why Sasuke is able to use it when Kakashi is super drained from
If I
it.
remember correctly, wasn't he bedridden for an entire
Yes,
day?
he was. Anyway, so
Using
after
it
that,
twice, yeah.
after that, he Anko is like, hey, when you get your strength back, do you mind trying that seal on me? Because I kind of had that same problem, which is why I was here to supervise this. And at that point, he gets and there you go. So we had that. Anko's getting a seal. Fast forward.
Yeah.
The only thing I would change after the preliminaries would be that this is the thing that Swag Kage brought up. I would
Who?
not have Swag Kage. He's a YouTuber that does Naruto.
A
So
big Naruto YouTuber, yeah.
yeah. So what I would have is I would not have Hinata meet Naruto right before the Chunin exams. I would not have that. So he would still go through the foolishness that Konohamaru and his goons got him through, and still come in there late, but just in time. And then only during his fight with Hinata, with Neji, would Hinata come in and be like, and say, and like yell out, hey, that stuff, yeah. So basically tell him what he needed to hear, what she would have told him if they met before coming into the Chunin exam. I think it would have been way more impactful that way, and it also would have but not only to Naruto but to Neji, because to have Naruto during the preliminaries, that fool was wanking. That fool's like, you can do it the entire time, only for her to get. Only for her to almost die.
So are we gonna skip the Jiraiya training?
Okay, yeah, the Jiraiya training, because there's nothing really bad about that, except for the fact that he learns no real he learns the summoning, but that's not.
He learns to summon something which does not come up in the exams, but it comes up in the final battle.
So you could say that he learns more about chakra control, so he has better chakra control.
I would have it there. Yeah, I would have it there where he learns that he's a wind. What's it called? The wind type. Wind.
Nah.
That he can use wind jutsu.
Nah, I wouldn't.
You have to establish that somewhere.
Yeah, we are. We're going to
Instead
establish it. We're gonna do that in the time skip.
Got it.
There we go.
We're gonna do that in the time
Cut
skip.
out there for a moment.
So basically, Hinata, because Naruto was wanking Hinata for her to almost die, that would bring in some self-doubt. So for that entire month, he's been thinking about that, only to come into that fight and then come into it with a rocky start. Then for her to have her kind of yell out and be like, listen, I know what you said, you can do that and all that other foolishness, you can beat him and all that other stuff. The stuff that she was going to say in canon, had that occurred then and not before the Chunin exams, I think it would be way more impactful. And it would also kind of destabilize Neji a little bit. He'd be back kind of shook. There you go.
Throw him off his game. Yeah.
Yeah, Neji's weird.
And all of that happens. We get the Shino fight. Because, in all honesty, the Shino postponing that fight, postponing the Shino versus Kankuro fight until after the Chunin exams gets messed up, kind of doesn't really matter. So
I forgot how that one turned out.
it got interrupted. So
yeah,
you could basically
Gaara turns into the one. Oh, by the way, I would also establish that Gaara is the one tail
yes.
around that time.
Yeah. Uh,
Instead of like after the time skip.
Moving on, we have the Conqueror fight. However, that either way, however that fight turns out, they're both going to be tuning at the end of the day because they show tuning level skill and skill and like they show tuning level aptitude. So, with all of that said, going on to the Shikamaru fight was amazing. We're keeping that.
One of the best fights in the series, in my opinion.
That fight was ridiculous. Nobody saw that coming. And then you keep the Sasuke fight. As the Leaf Village is getting raided, we get the whole, okay, everybody that is still in... Actually, no. All active personnel activate in foolishness, and then we get the detonations right then and there. We would get all the active people that show tuning aptitude would have been designated tuning at that point. So all the Sand siblings would have been tuning.
okay.
Sasuke would have been tuning. Shikamaru would have been designated tuning on the spot.
Pretty much everybody who wasn't knocked out by the by the feathers would have been awarded the title.
Moving on, so everybody except for Naruto, I think Neji tuning, Shino tuning, Sasuke tuning, Shikamaru tuning, Naruto not tuning because he
that
didn't.
was how it happened in canon, wasn't it?
Really?
No,
Naruto not tuning?
yeah, Naruto not tuning. He didn't show tuning level aptitude in that fight, even though he won.
Yeah.
And he was also knocked out by the Genjutsu. Then again, I'm not taking that into account. That's more for you.
It was
yes.
essentially with Naruto.
Not only that, but
It's just a strange choice because Neji becomes tuning,
Neji
but Naruto wouldn't.
Neji showed the aptitude to become tuning
Yeah.
at that point in time, I would think.
Yeah.
And with that, everybody else that is able, if you're any able tuning, any able tuning, protect the Genin and
still awake. Yeah.
Anybody who's able is able, and because we're basically at war right now. So, at that point, Guy comes up. So the squad that's going to be chasing after the Sand siblings would be Sasuke at the point, and then the main squad, which would have been the dog, Sakura, Naruto, Shikamaru, and Shino.
Yeah.
And they would have been countered by the goons that were because they are being ran up on by goons. The Shounins are running up on them, and so they had to make a choice. Okay, a couple of us are going to have at least one of us is going to have to stay to keep them back. And Shikamaru volunteers. So what I'm going to change about that is Naruto actually gets the right idea. You know what? I'm gonna leave some clones to help you out with that. Leave some shadow clone. Yeah, he performs the shadow clone jutsu, creates 10 clones. Those 10 clones are gonna help him, and then Shino's also gonna be like, I'm gonna help him too, because I don't trust these Naruto clones to actually be of help to them.
10 Naruto clones, Shino and Shikamaru versus these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're dead. They're dead.
Versus these dudes.
Yeah.
But actually no, and the way we're going to wank them is these fools actually do act like tuning.
Yeah.
Right, like they are actually tuning.
They are actually tuning. Like they look like a bunch of no names, but these tunings are gooning up these people. They're gooning up these veteran tuning are going to be gooning up our main characters that are now just become tuning. Besides Naruto.
Yeah.
And they have to eventually get helped out by Asuma.
Yeah.
Because they're Asuma's in that fight. Asuma is going to be in the Shikamaru fight to save them because they're getting gooned up by these tunings. Because Shikamaru's not fresh. Shino, because he already had his fight, is not fresh. And Naruto isn't good enough.
Naruto's just
those clones are gonna die real quick.
Exactly. So bottom line, Asuma gets help, and leaving Team 7 and Pakun, the dog, to run up on the Sand siblings. So what happens is, because Sasuke is that dude, Sasuke bodies Tamari and Kankuro, because both of them are not fresh. And Sasuke is that dude. That would give Sasuke some more feats, but it would also justify how he completely gets mopped by Gaara when Gaara pops. When Gaara pops tail beast state. At that point, Naruto, basically Sasuke's stalling, doing everything, popping the curse mark, popping Chidori. He's doing everything to kind of like, to kind of keep Gaara at bay until Naruto and Sakura come out. And then that fight goes exactly the same way, except for the fact that it's more obvious that the whole the Nine Tails Jinchuriki thing. So Shikaku would recognize. So Naruto would have been like, I need some what's that for? The frog Gamabunta would have been like, I need something with claws. I need something to hold on to him. The fool's like, hold on to him. I got this. And then because Naruto thinks of the Nine Tails, and then transforms Gamabunta into the Nine Tails. And once Shikaku sees the Nine Tails, that fool Shikaku gets flipping shook.
I'm out.
He gets shook. And so and that whole dynamic of proving that they're Jinchuriki and all that other foolishness. So Naruto obviously wins. Sasuke is hospitalized, and that will be the end of the chunin exams.
Alright, the next arc is called Gonna Cross Arc.
That arc is basically
Search for Tsunade.
Yeah, search for Tsunade, because we already know.
Yeah, the third Hokage is dead.
The third Hokage is dead.
Oh, by the way,
The only difference
now
is
that Naruto
has a, bigger.
The third Hokage is the start of that arc. Third Hokage versus Orochimaru started that arc.
He still died though.
He still died, and it's not the start of that arc, because that arc happens right when the Chunin exams is doing the thing. So basically,
right when the war begins.
Yeah. So since the third and Naruto had a better relationship, Naruto's going to be crushed when that happens. It is only until Jiraiya comes in and has to get him out of that. Like Naruto lost, bro. Like he lost a lot.
You think
Sasuke is hospitalized, and the Hokage is dead. The Hokage is dead. He's going to take, I would assume, I am going to say that it's going to take not only Kakashi, but what's that fool's name? So Kakashi is not going to be with Naruto during that fight, because during the arc, because he is going to be busy doing missions for the village.
Obviously.
The only person that is, so it's going to be Jiraiya's going to be able to get him out of that rut, and Sakura is going to be able to get him out.
The reason Kakashi couldn't go with him for the search for Tsunade is because he got beat to death by Itachi.
True.
Oh yeah.
The Itachi fight was.
Itachi runs up and that fool gets instantly hospitalized.
He gets almost beaten to death.
Another thing that I would change is the fact that Kurenai is also a part of the squad to defend the leaf. So Kurenai is going to be right up there fighting with Guy and Kakashi when the Chunin exams gets invaded. So we have something to base her genjutsu prowess on, because there were a lot of goons that were attacking that venue. So making Itachi not her first rodeo when it comes to her genjutsu, meaning that she's better of a character and is not seen as weak.
Yeah. So,
with that said, the squad that's going to be finding Tsunade is going to be is going to be Jiraiya, it is going to be Naruto, and it is going to be Sakura. Because Sakura really wasn't doing anything throughout that time, and it would be good if she helped out to try and find her her future teacher, and it would also give her a way of being able to use genjutsu.
I guess establish that relationship early, I guess,
Yeah,
instead of just randomly at the end.
Establish that relationship early and also give her something to do. If she's with Naruto, we can still keep that team bonding, and it also makes sense for her to get him out of that rut because at that point Naruto still is still attracted to Sakura.
Yeah.
So, she gets to like learn some stuff. I would say from that she learns a little bit of water style from Jiraiya. She learns a little bit of because the Toad was able to use some water style jutsu, so she learns some water style from the Toad because it's said that she has water style and earth style. And then she also learns some genjutsu from Jiraiya because it's known that he has some genjutsu,
but he just doesn't use it.
He just doesn't use it, and so
it's not his expertise.
Yeah. So and he sees that Naruto is like Naruto has no aptitude for genjutsu at all. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna teach you this, and then there you go. I'm not as good as it as somebody else I know, as foreshadowing to Orochimaru, but I might be able to teach you something.
Because Orochimaru's E.
With that said, Naruto learns the Rasengan under using the shadow clones. Yes.
Yeah, you used my idea there.
Yes. I would say that we get a lot of the exposition about the shadow clones that we would have gotten in Shippuden. Shadow clones are made to gather information.
I would also have him be the one who figures it out, because if anybody would be able to figure out the trick to the shadow clones, it would be the person who only uses the shadow clone.
Yeah, cause like that's Naruto's go-to thing. Like you think he would have known it better than anyone.
Right, but if Naruto is going to figure out the secret of the shadow clones, how would you do it? Like, what's the scenario?
Like when he's doing the Rasengan, maybe have him like try using it with multiple shadow clones, and Jiraiya's like, "Oh, that's clever. Nobody's ever thought of that. You speed up the training times 300 by using." Yeah, but that happened in Shippuden.
It happened in Shippuden
years later.
Exactly. So
it's not even him who comes up with the idea. It's Kakashi.
So what happens is he learns the Rasengan by using like the ways, the solid, liquid, gas, and then when he has trouble using gas, he's like, okay, I need a way to like perform this.
Another way,
and then of course he gets the right idea.
Another reason he would have known it is because like, so when the clones pop, you have everything they remembered and felt. Yeah. So you think that he would have remembered how some things, felt that only the clones got.
That's the thing. Up until this point, he hasn't exactly seen. Oh, actually, no. You really could. You really could. Okay, it's like Jiraiya could say a one-shot of things like, these things are used for information gathering. They're supposed to like when they pop, they give information back to you, and then Naruto could be like, oh, so that's what I know. So that's why I knew what happened when I left my clones to fight with Shikamaru.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's where you can get that whole thing.
Ta-da!
And there you go. That works out too. So he figures out that part with the and then kind of has his own little way of using the Rasengan.
Yeah.
Figuring that out. Wow. Sakura is performing her water style jutsu. I'd say that she probably could use about 2 or 3. Jutsu's definitely water bullet, because that's the first thing that we actually see the Toad use. And then maybe something else like raging waves or something.
We ever find out what her chakra nature is?
Water and earth.
Yeah, that's why.
But she never uses it.
Yeah, and that's why like Sakura takes the same thing. Correctly.
So she's able to use water style now. Able to use that jutsu. It is also spending a lot of time with Tsunade, despite Tsunade being like, leave me alone. And foolishness.
Maybe Sakura becomes one of the reasons Tsunade doesn't like sell up the village and help Orochimaru.
Exactly.
Yeah, that could work.
Because like, oh, like the next generation, will be stronger or something.
Yeah.
So
In all honesty,
And it's not just Naruto that she's thinking of.
plus, in all honesty, this Sakura and I sort of have like this aunt niece type of relationship when you look at it.
all of them do, except for Orochimaru and Sasuke. So with all of that said, after learning
It's a
Rasengan,
creepy uncle who touches you and
no, shut up.
Creepy uncle touches you. God damn it, Brandon.
every time Orochimaru's like, I want to get up all in that little pod.
God damn it.
I hate you. You're so trash.
Why must you?
You're so trash. And
It's
so,
true.
Shut up.
Are you telling me it's true? It's not true.
Okay, it's true, but shut up.
I'm going
He
to.
wants that. He wants that. Uchiha.
Anyway,
I'm going to kill you.
Sakura and Naruto are able to witness the Sannin battle. Let's say that Naruto is still kind of like tired and fatigued because he's been training to fight with the Rasengan for a long time. That's a lot of chakra, dude. Creating shadow clones, creating 20 or so shadow clones, and having them create the Rasengan. The Rasengan is technically more efficient than the Chidori and the Raikiri, but it's still a ball of chakra, dude. That is a dense ball of chakra. That takes a lot of stuff, dude. So he's still technically kind of like tired, and performs the Rasengan, but not after Sakura shows off her stuff in fighting Kabuto. It's she at this demonstrates her skill. Like, she's losing, but she's still able to clap back every now and again. Like, she's able to use water style.
Anyway,
Because she wouldn't be able to do much to Kabuto. Because isn't Kabuto said to be as strong as Kakashi?
I think he's going to be stronger.
I think Orochimaru says that around that time. Like, oh, he's even stronger than Itachi. Not Itachi. Kakashi. Sorry.
Yeah.
So many Ashi names that it's hard to keep it all straight.
So basically, you could have Sakura kind of trying to hold her own with her learning these new jutsu, and even trying to perform bits and pieces of genjutsu on him, which would slow him down, but ultimately being no match.
The thing that I would like to add is that during this fight, Tsunade was completely paralyzed due to her hemophobia, her fear of blood. Sakura would be the second to fight Kabuto after Shizune, and before Naruto. Due to the sheer valor that Sakura would be showing in this fight with Kabuto, this would rekindle Tsunade's hope in the future of the Leaf, and bring her favoritism for Sakura to a fever pitch, which would later on inspire her to train her.
And then Naruto finally then begins to, I guess, come into the fray, to where it's those two versus Kabuto. Like, you might, like, no, because remember, that man gets one-shotted by the Rasengan, so all Sakura has to do is get an opening. She gets an opening, and she gets an opening, and that forces...
It makes more sense than, like, Kabuto just standing there and taking it, like an idiot.
Exactly. And then you can have Naruto say the same meaningful words as he's about to hit her, as he's about to, like, hit that fool with the Rasengan. And, have that foolishness. Just wham him away. Wham! And it would also make sense because he would have taken damage by Sakura fighting him. So let's say that Sakura took down 40%, and then the Rasengan took out the extra 60, because Rasengan's like no joke, dude.
The Rasengan's just
and then those two have to, like, stand back because they are about to witness the Sannin fight, and then the Sannin fight happens, and then Orochimaru runs away in foolishness. Sakura and Naruto have a newly found respect for each other. So, and Naruto has a new jutsu. Sakura has new jutsu jutsus, has an entirely different jutsu type, and now has Tsunade's favor. So they go back to the village and heal up Sasuke, and Sasuke sees just how much he missed. Naruto's like taijutsu is getting better now because he's been, you know, watching Sakura and has been watching these Sannin fight and foolishness, and something with learning a lot about Jiraiya, and then also kind of seeing some of similarities in, because this is the first time Sasuke gets to see Uzumaki Barrage.
Yeah,
which is based off of Lion's Barrage, and I feel like he stole my taijutsu move.
Yeah, he stole the taijutsu that I stole from Rock Lee.
Note that the Itachi Sasuke meeting goes unchanged.
So Naruto is dominating that entire fight because not only do you have to deal with one Naruto that has the Rasengan and what's they called? One Naruto has the Rasengan, but he's actually being competent. He's using ninja tools in fully. Actually, I don't think he would use ninja tools because Sasuke didn't have ninja tools.
He's never seen like the type of guy.
Okay, no, he's going to be using ninja tools in this. I promise you, especially in Shippuden. He's using ninja tools in Shippuden, definitely.
Okay.
Naruto's and Sasuke's taijutsu are relatively evenly matched, with Naruto Sasuke kind of having an edge, but that edge is like minuscule. But Naruto has the Rasengan and has the Shadow Clone, so not only do you have to deal with one person that knows your taijutsu, but you have to deal with multiple, which is crazy. So I was thinking, with all of that said and done, Sasuke is noticeably getting overwhelmed. Like, he's still pulling off some crazy stuff and knocking out the clones, but every time he knocks out one or two, that man pulls out with another 10. So it's just an uphill battle, to where basically Sasuke has to, like, through some deception, pop Chidori, and then just blitz through a lot of like Naruto's clones, and let's say that he takes out like almost all of the clones, while before Naruto even figures out, oh, that fool pop Chidori, because Chidori makes you mad fast. If y'all remember. Do y'all remember? So, Chidori, Naruto was seeing his clones getting demolished and realized that he needs at least one to create his own Rasengan. Kind of like seeks refuge on the water tower, and pops Rasengan. After
then you have the Kakashi running in, stopping them from killing each other.
Yeah, because Sakura's too slow. Like, Sakura runs up, and instead of being like, no, stop, she actually puts on the burners. She puts on the burners and is like, I gotta stop this. And then says, no, stop! Like, more, it's not a helpless no stop. It's a, no, stop. No. But then Kakashi, because she's just faster, comes in, takes the reins. Ow! And then... and then throws them, and then we get the whole test of that. And then Sasuke runs, sees oh, my thing is stronger, and then leaves. But Kakashi's like, actually, I know that jutsu, and
the best moments in early Naruto, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When he just sees the water tower difference, and he's like, oh, I would have died. I would have lost my arm.
Yeah, and is just frustrated, so he leaves. And Kakashi is like, well, I would have told him. And then Naruto and Sakura see, oh, why is this? And they actually talk, and we get into the intricacies of Chidori and Rasengan. to where, okay, it's the only reason it did this much damage, it was because there was water in it, and water, like, you rotate stuff. And Naruto's like, oh yeah, that's right, I had to rotate water from the first part of my training, so that makes sense. And then Chidori it just pierces stuff. So, because, you know, it pierced, he was able to bring all that water. But that would happen, like, next episode. So, we could have, like, that one episode difference. So people could be like, yo, for, like, an entire week, yo, Rasengan's no joke. And then come in that next thing, like, actually, no. Nah. It's not the way.
That is kind of a joke.
Yeah, it's kind of a joke. They're relatively even. It's just they have multiple differences.
And dude, that's one of my favorite moments in that series. So,
because it was ridiculous.
yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, like had they actually like connected, yeah, he probably would have lost his arm.
Like Naruto, when Naruto, the front of the water tower was just this little like sprinkle,
a tiny little leak.
Exactly. And then Sasuke's
You look
like
behind and you're like, oh.
Sasuke's like was like this giant burst of water because it pierced. And then you look behind, all the water was gone, and it was like, whoa.
And he like, there's a moment where he shits himself, and then he's like, God damn it.
Exactly.
Turns to rage.
That man was shook. And then you have the
Then he goes like, Naruto, how far have you come in such a short amount of time and all that?
Mm-hmm. And then,
and you have him leave the village, I'm guessing?
Mm-hmm. Except for, I guess, the fact of the thing I probably would change is that Sakura doesn't get completely OHKO'd by Sasuke as he's trying to leave the village. Like, no, that fool puts up a fight.
You don't like the, please take me with you. I'll do anything.
I'll have that. And then I'll also have, cause that fool puts her under Genjutsu, right?
Doesn't it just like one shot her?
Yeah, that fool basically hits her with the Sharingan, and then she's on like a trance. So what I basically would have it is, okay, he hits her with the trance, but because of her Genjutsu training, fool pops out. Nah, chief.
Yeah.
Nah, chief. And she tries to
said...
actively run up on him, and that fool, this would, she's gonna run up on him because like, yo, it's for your own good, and then Sasuke absolutely just bodies her. Like, it's a straight up ninja fight, except even though Sakura has been training, she doesn't have the raw power. None of her Genjutsu works because that fool
he's faster, he's stronger, he has more techniques.
He's faster, he's stronger. Her water style is no match for his fire style, because that fool had Dragon Flame, Phoenix Flower,
or lightning style.
He also had basic Fireball. He had Chidori.
And so what he pops Chidori, but he touches her, and then releases the jutsu before it impales her, leaving her electrocuted, and that just kills the fight for her. So basically showing, hey, basically Sakura's not useless. She tried, but under overwhelming odds.
There's just such a skill difference that no amount of training would have closed it.
There was a moderate skill difference, and that fool had an insta kill.
Yeah, she was able to do something. She just couldn't
do enough. It wasn't enough. And so this also works out better because that also then justifies why she has to beg Naruto, yo, I couldn't stop him, bro. You have to get him. I can't move. I can't. Like, also? Naruto was in the hospital, dog. No. Sakura's in the hospital. Like, that fool wakes up, today's a great morning. Kakashi runs up, bro, we gotta go. What? Or like Jiraiya runs up and is like, yo, we gotta go. Somebody tells him Sakura's in the hospital because that fool got hit by Chidori, and she has to tell him from her hospital bed, please bring Sasuke back to me. And
I physically cannot go right now.
I physically cannot. And yo, imagine how much motivation that would be. This girl, like, they just got done bonding together. Like, Sakura,
so like all new determination, even more than before.
Ridiculous amounts of determination.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, bro, I tried, and then saw Naruto seeing, I've seen you try. You helped me take out Kabuto. That was high diff. Yeah, no, I am like, not only am I like obligated, I am like, I have to. Like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't, bro. I couldn't if I.
Also,
I couldn't if I literally, like, both mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually cannot, like, not go to help him.
also,
Like, I'm just not strong enough, and like she admits it to herself or something.
Exactly. She admits it to herself and him. She starts breaking down, crying. And then Naruto's like, and then Naruto's like, hits him with the "I vow to win" type foolishness. Like, no matter what.
Around this time, maybe have Naruto get rid of that crush he had on her.
maybe.
After seeing how much Sakura likes Sasuke.
Yeah,
And be
you
like,
could.
oh, I have no chance.
You
I'm
could
like
also-
the ultimate friend zoned here.
You could also have have his feelings for her wane, when they were fighting Tsunade, as more of a brother sister kind, or like
Yeah.
best friend type of thing, because of that newfound respect. So with all of that said, Naruto is like Tsunade is there. That fool said, "You gotta let me go now." That fool said, "All right then, I'm gonna give you the squad." And so they get the squad, right? You know, the boys be the boys.
Neji, Choji, Shikamaru.
Neji, Choji, Shikamaru,
Neji, Choji, Shikamaru,
Kiba, Kiba and Neji, Choji, Shikamaru, Kiba, and Naruto.
It's just those five, right? Yeah, it's just those five.
Yeah, because Lee, during the current mission, Lee just comes out of nowhere later.
Yeah, because Lee was still healing at the time, so he couldn't go.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No, it
then
doesn't
the
Gar-
the Sand siblings.
Now Gar comes along later.
Okay.
He's like Lee, where it's like, oh, surprise! I'm a good guy now.
For some reason, well, we know why, because of Naruto's whole speech at the end of the,
The Taka Jutsu, yeah.
yeah.
So basically, this is the squad. So obviously we have Choji versus the fat one. What's his name? Obo or something like that? Jirobo. You have Neji versus the Spider-Man. I forgot what his name was.
Kidomaru.
Kidomaru.
Kinomaru or
Kidomaru.
No, Kinomaru's the bone.
No, that's
No,
Kimimaru.
who's the bone guy?
That's the bone guy is Kimimaru.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list right now. It's Choji versus Jirobo, Neji versus
Kidomaru.
Kiba and Akamaru versus
Sakon on Yukon.
And then it's Shikamaru
Versus
versus
Tayuya.
Anyuya. Yeah.
And then and then
Later we have
you have Naruto and Lee versus Kimimaru, and then later on Gaara, and then you finally have like Naruto
alright,
versus
so
Sasuke.
this is when we talked about this earlier. We had differing opinions on this. Shoji should have died there.
Exactly. So that's the thing.
Also Neji.
So this is what we're doing. Choji and Neji were in critical condition, but I'm going to give Neji the benefit of the doubt because we need him for later, and he took a calculated like attack. He took a calculated hit.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
He knew
I'm
what
going to
to
pass
do
out.
the
I'm
whole
going to
time.
pass out from this last like arrow strike, but I shouldn't die from it. Choji threw everything away.
Yeah, Choji didn't think it through. Neji thought through his every single movement.
So Choji.
Okay, we can at least agree Shoji should have died.
Yeah, so in
there's
this-
they set it up with the butterfly and the X on the wall, on the tree.
I'm sorry, Choji's
And,
not
like-
alive.
In this instance, in this rewrite, Choji is dead. Choji is dead. Neji's in critical.
Right, and it even makes it like a bigger deal. It's like, oh man, we gave up like another friend to bring Sasuke back, and we still failed.
So this is the recovery team. So I'm gonna get onto the. I'm gonna.
Pretty much the rest of the arc is the same.
Like I said, Choji dead. Neji critical. what's that for? Kiba, heavily damaged. Shikamaru, heavily damaged. Lee, relatively fresh. Naruto, exhausted. Now the recovery team for Choji, it would be Shino and his dad. Thanks for bringing that in. Let's say that Choji is Shino's dad. Shino is Kiba. Neji, I would say, is Konkoro. Not only that, but like Brandon said,
better.
Shino is literally that man's teammate. So either way, Shikamaru fighting Tsuyu gets bodied, and then he gets the Tamari runs up and helps him out.
Yeah, which plays into something weird.
And then Lee is also a part of the recovery squad
With the drunken fist.
And then Lee, and then later on Gaara. And then obviously you have the Naruto versus Sasuke fight. That is unchanged. The only thing I would change is it is not Kakashi that brings him home. It is Anko.
That makes sense, actually. Cause
It is who?
Anko.
You think? Yeah, because Anko, the second she heard that Sasuke was leaving, would probably want to take action. Given again, she knows what Orochimaru's thing does, because she was the test subject for it.
Anko
So
brings
you think
him.
she has a personal connection to the whole thing?
Anko brings him home because we have the reason I say Anko is again the curse mark thing, but also we have no clue what the heck she was doing. No idea where she was.
Sitting there. No, honestly.
And and she could also kind of brandish her new curse mark.
Oh, we could actually see Anko's curse. Oh
yes.
my.
So
You have Anko versus Kimimaru.
no.
Because you could say oh, God is not strong enough to finish the job. So you have the first test subject versus the final test
To be
subject.
fair,
Okay. So we could have that. We could it would basically be not like you said, Gaara is not able to finish the job. So Kimimaru is just about done. All Anko has to do is come in for the final hit, and there you go.
Anko just
For the kill
die.
steal. Yeah, and then she's like, okay, where's is that all of you? And then either Lee or Gaara says, no, Naruto's over there. And I'm supposed to, all right, bet. That's where she goes.
Yeah.
And during that point, let's say that what's that fool's name? I forgot what that fool's name was.
Which one?
Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Orochimaru is Sasuke wins the fight, right? But it's he barely won that fight. So he's able to get on and is kind of limping away, but it's about to pass out. And then guess who's there? That man Orochimaru runs up.
I'm just gonna drag this body away now.
Orochimaru runs up. Anko runs up. And then she starts to because of the seal, she's able to basically have almost full control of her curse mark. And she starts to brandish it, or the brandish as much as she can control. And tries to run up on him, but even without the use of his arms, it's just
Orochimaru's
No.
not enough.
Yeah, he's just so far above her. Yeah.
He's so far above her, it's like no,
Yeah,
because
Orochimaru's
she's only able to do half curse mark first state. So remember when the curse mark was kind of covering half of Sasuke's face?
Yeah.
That's as much as she can do, but it's just not enough for him.
Yeah.
It's just
Orochimaru's
not enough.
you're a toy to me. Be gone!
And so she gets knocked out. She gets knocked away, knocked back into the basin of the final valley, and then swims back up, and then finds Naruto, and it's just all right, I guess I gotta go take you out because that's my mission. And then we get into the aftermath of the retrieval arc, and the aftermath of that retrieval arc is not good.
Oh no.
Choji's dead. Neji's on the verge of death.
We sent out Choji Genin. We sent out what? 2 chunin? 2 chunin and 3 Genin.
Did we say everyone in tuning stands progress except for Naruto?
In my version, I would have made Naruto a chunin because it shows improvement. He's one closer step to being Hokage instead of
Yeah, but when
Just skipping from Genin to
after we talk about
Hokage.
where he doesn't show the overall tacticality that a chunin is supposed to show.
So
But we discussed that everyone was a chunin except for Naruto.
no, yeah, everybody's a chunin except for Naruto. So we have no. Nah, because not everybody. We said everybody that was still in the tournament except for Naruto was Chunin. So, Shino is Chunin. All the Sand siblings Chunin. All of the. Actually, no. We said everybody in that was still in the Chunin exams except for Naruto. And a few exceptions that were knocked out because they showed Chunin aptitude. So which is why all the Sand siblings are Chunin. Shikamaru is a Chunin. Shino is a Chunin. Neji's a Chunin. So the only Genin would have been Naruto, Kiba, and Choji. So you
Wait, why is Kiba still?
Yeah,
because he got knocked out during the preliminaries
knocked out
by Naruto. So we lost the Genin. We one of our Chunin is in critical condition and require a round the clock service. And then the other two Chunin, the other two Genin that were sent on that squad are fatigued and are also in have taken severe damage. And the supervising Chunin, which is Shikamaru, was exhausted and had a broken limb.
Mm-hmm.
And we also had to send ninja from a village that we have strained connections with, being the Sand Village. All right. So these are the stats of that mission. They sent 11 shinobi in that. They sent
Jonin.
They sent one Jonin. They sent Shikamaru, Neji, Shino. Actually, no, they sent two Jonin. Two Leaf Jonin, being Anko and Shino's dad. They sent Shikamaru, Shino, Neji. They sent 3 Chunin, Naruto, Choji, Lee, Kiba. I think they sent roughly around 4 Leaf Genin, and then they sent 3 Sand Chunin. And
against
so
basically 6, basically against 6 people.
They had 6 people.
And you still failed.
One of them, we lost one. The other 4 are in critical condition. Have taken extensive damage, and you still failed the objective. That's a major blow, dog. We lost a ninja, and then the other are out of commission. The other 4 are out of commission, and the objective was failed. Yikes! Extensive amount of manpower was put into that. You sustained losses and you failed the objective. That's a major loss.
I saw something. That's actually going to set Shikamaru's path a lot differently. If you remember, not only did he fail, but Choji
died.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Exactly.
That make Shikamaru go oh, Sasuke, fuck that guy. My friend died trying to bring him back.
Not just that, but Choji.
And he said no.
Imagine what Ino's going to feel.
Oh no.
So that's going to be.
Choji kept that group together. Shikamaru might have been the leader, but Choji was the energy that kept them glued together.
It is a major blow to the Leaf, and especially to the main characters. This would prove that this would be the proving point. Main characters can die.
Yeah.
Main characters can die. So after that, after hearing that news, when Naruto wakes up, imagine how Naruto's going to feel. He lost a classmate. He knew Choji.
Yeah, he considered all of those classmates friends.
And
in his eyes, he's just lost 2 friends and failed a mission.
And Shikamaru and him were bonding during the chunin exams, so he could sympathize.
And not just that, they're part of the same team. They spent a lot of time together, and as I said, Choji is the energy that keeps that team together, is the rock in a way.
So Anko is, again, since she's the one that brought him back, is going to be in there to break the news to him, and then Jiraiya's going to come in with you're gonna have to learn from this. And
are you ready for a time skip?
Naruto, due to the amount of due to what he's just been through, he cannot say no. Existentially cannot say no to that. That fool said, "I gotta get stronger." Because keep in mind, Kakashi still in the hospital. By who? Naruto's by who? Sake's brother. Sakura in the hospital. Why? Sasuke.
Yeah, he's gonna.
His entire squad got gooned up, and he already saw what Itachi is, and he saw what Sasuke was going to try and do when he finds Sasuke. So Naruto could fear, Sasuke's gonna become just like that, just like his brother when he eventually kills him. That man was a problem.
Yeah, dude, just all of a sudden, Itachi showing no effort, countered everything any of them could do.
Naruto was put in a very bad situation. The part 1 Naruto does not end well. That mission was a failure all in out. So with that, Naruto gets the A-OK from Anko, and is like, alright, listen, I'll tell everybody what happens. If you guys are going to go, then you're going to go. And Naruto's like, alright, let's do it. And fast forward a couple of days, when he's all souped up to go, packs up with Jiraiya and leaves out of the village to go train. And that's how we end part 1.